We made a deal on the phone that if I can't start crying, but I can cry if she starts crying. So we'll see what happens. No guarantees. So Karen, you have 3 children.
I do.
Your oldest 2 are twins, and your son Lane is really one of your reasons for being in. It's your why, basically. Explain to the crowd why Lane's your why.
I have a son that has cerebral palsy. When my twins were 4.5 months old, my son stopped breathing for unknown reasons, and they revived him, but he was left with a severe brain injury. So he usually has to go to respite when I come to boot camps or any kind of trainings. And I'd come back from the Calgary boot camp and usually thought he was pretty happy going there, and found out when I picked him up that he'd been really unhappy and crying. But I just didn't want, him to be in a home forever. I'd always heard that people tell me that he probably would have to be cared for by someone else as he got bigger. And I just thought, why should he, after suffering all his life, why should he have to be less important than my other children? So I got home from the boot camp, I picked him up, and I just had always heard Kirsten say, if your why doesn't make you cry, then, you might not stay in this business. And I knew at that very second that was my why, that I needed to do this so I could support my son. And I knew that I wasn't going to get the outside help that, we were expecting all these years. And, he's now 18, he's 125 pounds. It's been really difficult, and it's been difficult for my other children. My daughter, his twin sister, she's, had to babysit and help out, all her teenage years. And I want to do something great for all my family. So I got home that night and I messaged Kirsten and I said, that is my moment. And I now know why I'm in this business, because I'm going to be able to do anything I want. I can now hire a nanny for my son. He can stay home and be happy in his own home. I need a wheelchair accessible van. I'm going to be able to get a new house. My twins are graduating in June, and I'm going to take my daughter to London to see Michael Bublé. And Jackie, wherever you are out there, I'm going to get tickets and we're going together. So I'm just so thankful for this opportunity. And, we're all born into our families, but I feel so blessed that we've all been able to choose this family, and the possibilities are endless.
What's up? One of the things you said is you have to be happy with where you are and keep going.
Yeah, I didn't get to come to conference last year. It was my youngest son turns 8 on Monday, and last year's conference fell right on his birthday. And so I chose not to go, but I still, made it to Diamond, got my good bonus, got my car bonus, just knew I had to do it. Got to double at the end of July, and still just didn't feel like I was happy with where I was at. I was always trying to, the very next day after I promoted, I'd get to want to get to the next level. And I didn't get to Dash, and I was really disappointed. And I finally just had to realize that, my salary is 7 times what it was working outside my home. There's nothing wrong with that. And my life is a little bit harder to leave a lot with my son. And so if I get there in 2 years or 5 years, I'm going to be an ambassador. I know it. And
that is great advice. Give it up one more time for Karen. Karen, thank you for sharing.